All right, what else you got for me? So they've been really creative questions. I like it. So
I love that I love that you just brought that up because my next question is, everybody knows how everybody got their start in magic,
yeah.
but how do you foresee your ending? That could
uh,
be literally your last moments, or it could be your legacy.
you know what? In many ways, I've felt I've already reached it. I mean, honestly, at the Magic Castle library, having a book or two that are in there right now, like it's to me, it's ongoing. It's a legacy. It's going to outlast me. So having, one degree in particular, because that's the most robust hardcover book I have, and I've, I think every day I have this notion like, okay, if for some reason I ended Magic today, like, would I be happy with it? So I don't just look at the end game. I look like every day is a new time to create that legacy. So I don't look at it as this one big thing at the end, but like, have I accomplished everything I want to do? And it's all just an ongoing mentality. But so in many ways, if for some reason I was pulled from this earth, I think I've left a legacy. But I think there's a lot more to offer. So, but I think I just to be known as a creator, an author, and someone who brought wonder to people's lives. But it transcends magic. I mean, I tell you, we're not just defined by what we do, but who we are. And I'm really open on Facebook and LinkedIn and with a different lens, but about who I am. Yeah, and on LinkedIn, I'll share leadership tips and things on branding and philanthropy, but also uh, include a song. Here's a new song I wrote. Here's a creative break for all of you, and I'll tie it back to this holistic mission. So, um, my mission, through all I do, through philanthropy, through music, through magic, and it's just 5 words, but it took me forever to land on it. It's that I want to connect people to the extraordinary. And every day, like that's my barometer. Have I done that today? And if I haven't, or if I'm asked to do some other project and it doesn't deliver, it feels incongruent. But when it in a gel, like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm meant to do. So, um, I guess a big broader answer to question is that, I've come up with a unifying life mission, and I always encourage other people to do that as well. Because I run into people who have a lot of bits of their life. I mean, you mentioned music and magic. There's other areas in, we talked about family before we kind of joined in this as well. But there's probably other things that you value and everything. And there might be times you feel like you're pulled in all these different directions. But there's an aha moment in my life where I like realized why all these different things are happen for a reason. I'm intentionally drawn to these things, and they're not pulling me away. They're pulling me towards something. So what is that? So I always encourage people to think of all those different facets, those different passions and interests in their life, and like what brings them all together. So for me, it was to connect people to the extraordinary, and so, but I always encourage other people to kind of come up with that for themselves. Maybe it'll be different. Maybe they're an adventure seeker. I remember I did this talk. I do a lot of keynote speaking as well, and sometimes I'll infuse magic into it. Yeah, but I'll depending on the event, it'll be more leadership with a few moments of magic to elevate the points. And I'll talk about personal branding, for example. And this lady asked, "Can I ask a question?" She goes, "I don't know what my personal brand is. I just have trouble. I said I'm a single mom. I got laid off during the pandemic, and I feel like I don't know what my purpose is." And so just in front of everybody, I'm just asking her a question. I say, "Well, what else do you love to do?" She goes, "I honestly, I loved like I'm a sword fighter." I go, "What, like fencing?" Because now I'm fencing the bigger sword. Like, oh, that I've never heard that in my life. That sounds so interesting. And then I said, "Look at this. Look, you're a single mom. You're a sword fighter. You're here at this event for AmeriCorps, which is a volunteer. You're volunteering your time, even though I said so. To me, your brand that you are a warrior." And then like she just started crying during the call, and other people started as well because I saw her for what she is, but she didn't even see it. So and it's like sometimes we're so close to it, and all these different things, and she felt lost. And then I think of that moment, she felt like, whoa, yeah, I am a warrior, like in a very literal sense, holding a sword, but also, raising her child and volunteering and trying to be better and stuff. So anyway, okay, yeah, I went on a long tangent as well, but I think it's kind of cool. If anybody listening just kind of thinks about instead of being pulled in different directions, being pulled to the same direction and come up with that core unifying mission statement, and that would often be your legacy if you do that.